All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Media Files fan commentary podcast for the Batman 1943 serials. So, we continue on today with Chapter 4 Slaves of the Rising Sun. Now, if we remember last time, Batman and Robin were trying to stop a train from being blown up. Will they succeed? Did Batman get run over? Well, with that, let's play and find out. In three, two, one, unpause. All right, here we go. Chapter 4 Slaves of the Rising Sun. So, if you remember, of course, last time, Batman and Robin were trying to stop Daka and his gang from blowing up the supply train that they need for the radium gun. It looked like they possibly succeeded. It looked like the train ran over Batman. Or did it? Well, obviously, we probably all know the answer to that. But you'll have to stay tuned and find out because, well, that's what these cliffhanger serials are. I mean, they are made for cheap, dirt cheap, and entertainment. And, what can we say? Batman was, hadn't been around all that long, but hey, this is awesome. What can I say? Chapter 4 Slaves of the Rising Sun. So, so here we have the recap of the fight scene from the from Mark of the Zombies. But if you notice, the music's roughly about the same this time around. Fight scene's a little bit shorter, obviously, because it's more of a recap. Because they have some more story that they want to tell this time around. But what can I say? So, yep, like I said, there's really not much to really do in the recap. But obviously, they've got fight scenes are a little bit shorter this time. Batman knocked out Stone again. There goes Foster. Nah, I'm getting out of here. Oh, Miss Robin. There we go. So if you notice, he tells Robin that he almost has it, but he doesn't say anything this time. But, ow! Wrench to the back of the head. And there we go. Of course, right there is where we start the newest part of the footage. So, how cool is that? So, of course, naturally Batman saves Robin. Robin saves Batman. My bad. Just in the nick of time. And, of course, they didn't. Uh-oh. They lost a member. Let's take the good news to Daka. No, I don't want to go face Daka. I mean, come on, man. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. But you gotta love how they think they got rid of Batman as well. But, no. Oh, man. That's gotta be having to swim with a cape on. Oh, man. Oh, Daka. Saku and Jojo. Daka's pet alligators. Ooh, man, look at that. Looks like baked chicken, possibly. I have no idea. Good, huh? Good. I love it. Don't you fight? Of course, they're fighting each other. It's great. One for you. You love how they. I've got no ball, but wait a minute. Ooh. Ah. Too late, Daka. Oh, I gotta love it. Feeds his several pet alligators and of course the trap door there. But that'll come into play much later. But and of course we have 4 out of 5 guys. So So at least four, but of course Foster still hasn't. Yeah, of course Foster's not here yet, but of course you have. Uh, but you gotta love how Daka thinks that he's won. You know, he got the radium for his gun. Of course, everyone's like, "All right, let's go do be sake. Bring sake and glasses for six." Yeah, well, you know what can I say? Definitely a Japanese drink. That's a given fact. Although the funny thing is, if you kind of look at that little panther head back in the background there, when Foster was leaving, if you are familiar with other Columbia Pictures serials, I believe that could be the tiger's head from the Shadow series because it was made right around the same time. But you know, so which I think is kind of interesting. But oh, there's Mister Foster. That is Mr. Fossa. Yeah, sake. I've never had it, but basically it's like, you know, I think it's their version of alcohol or some sort of sake, but but you gotta love how Daka thinks that he's won. We lost Stone. Oh, yeah, well, Stone. What about my train? Did it blow up? No, it didn't happen. What are you talking about? It didn't happen. Well, you gotta love it how Daka never he tends to lose every time. You think. You think Batman. Oh man, that's great. But then you gotta love how Foster here. He just kind of. But you gotta love how he's like, dude, I really don't care about how you do stuff because you know I read this stuff all the time about death about newspapers all the time because he's not afraid of him. And of course, you kind of tell he's tired of dealing with all everything. He wants to be on his own, basically. Of course, Daka's like, okay, well, you know, you may say that, but I've got other plans for you. The League of the New Order of Hirohito. So of course Daka calls for two of his zombies, Wells and Warren. So Wales is Bob, as Warren saw in the beginning there. But oh man, so we have one zombie's now dead, and of course he doesn't want anything to do with Warren. Oh, that hurts. Would you like a quick visit to your ancestors? That's kind of a bit of a racial mark, but you're like, he's like, okay, well, you know, you can go. That's up to you. Whoa! Remember the trapdoor would come into play? It definitely did. Of course, those guys never really. I mean, they knew about it, but they didn't really know was. If you kind of notice what telling them, he's like, "Well, if you're gonna try to betray me, this is kind of what's gonna happen to you. I'll just throw you into my alligator pit." And like, oh, okay. So we have so we have a radio transmission from Section 50, and that we're getting a new supply of radium. And he's like, "Ooh, interesting." So yeah, it's kind of cool how he usually uses this communication stuff. It's Section 50, which you'll see that later. But Oh man, but you gotta love how Batman's a bit more of a chemist in this, which is kind of interesting. But so so the funny thing is, so when Linda calls Bruce, is basically saying, "Hey, okay, so I found out about got this weird phone call about Uncle Martin, which of course you could, if you know Daka, is kind of his idea of like trying to bring Linda Page into a trap." You gotta love how Dick is faking that he's really wants to go to the polo matches. He's so excited, and of course he's like, "No, not really." But they're going to a fortune teller's place supposedly to figure out where this is, and but gotta love how he smiles about it. Yeah, apparently, I guess according to this, 720 Front Street is a pretty bad neighborhood, especially with the Swami Da Mystic, uh, Mystic Psych. Swami Da will see you in here. Of course, he thinks it's Linda Page, and it's not. Boom! Ouch! That's gotta hurt. Oh man, so great. Earphones and mic. That sounds kind of odd. That will look kind of interesting. Yeah. With the Swami, it's so funny. It's not Swami Dar, it's the Swami. Oh man, so great. Well, let's just hide the Swami Dar behind the couch. Nobody will notice that. But oh, so yeah, I love how the Swami is also part of Daka's you know, little part of his gang here, which is kind of interesting. But, but that's funny. That's funny. Oh man. So obviously Bruce is kind of quote unquote taking over as the Swami. Hello, the Aladdin lamp there too. Readings by appointment only. Oh man. The funny thing is, how does Linda not even notice Dick down in there like that? I mean, how's she not notice? Oh, so great. So, I love it. So Bruce obviously knows what she's doing there, but obviously he won't say anything to her. But it's like I said, these things are literally, you know, just they're cheesy. They're just cheesy. They're great fun. I mean, they really are. But you love how he's using his hands to hide his face. It's great. But you wouldn't think that she would, if she knows Bruce's voice, that he would. Uh. Yep. Let's just kidnap the girl. Oh, so great. It's kind of funny, Batman calls, quote unquote, Batman calls him. But, uh, so great. Like I said, there's really not that very many fights in this, in certain episodes, but, you know, uh oh. Uh oh. Uh-oh. Make up some story. Armored car. Oh, it's kind of unusual, isn't it? Oh, man. That's funny. Such great, effects back then. They had just the footage rolling behind them without anybody really being there. But, you know. Well, tell Hank to step on it. What? There's a car following us. Oh, man. Don't love how great these old school chase scenes are. How they just, you know, it's kind of funny how they think it's the Batman, but how do they know it's Batman? This looks like an ordinary car. Oh man, that's probably why. Oh, blast my way in, but there's any way kick left to the radium gun. Great stunts too. Very early for the 40s. Great stunt work too. Of course, obviously, this would get, obviously a big homage to the Indiana Jones series when it comes to these type of stunts, but you know, maybe he hit a tire. I don't think so. Oh man. Huh? Well, I guess the guard somehow got knocked out by the part of the ceiling hitting him. Such great stunt work for its time. And we're fighting along the wheel here. And of course, we're getting close towards the end of the episode here, so gotta end it on yet another cliffhanger. So fight over the wheel, and oh no, truck went off the road. And a preview of what is to come next. So, what happened? Did Batman and Hank survive? We don't know. But they have somebody in that coffin, and Robin. And so, here we go. Alrighty. Well, that is it for Chapter 4. The Slaves of the Rising Sun. Okay. All right, you guys. So with that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Leave a comment down below. I'm glad you guys are enjoying these, so make sure you guys stick around. And next time, it will be Chapter 5, The Living Corpse, right here. Same bat time, same bat podcast, right here on the Media Files. See you in the next episode.